Hey, welcome to Greenlight. So this week we have Blu-ray releases to talk about. There's not a lot of major new ones, but there's some straight to Blu-ray releases that are coming out this week, as well as a couple of re-releases that I'm going to be talking about as well. So let's get started. All right. So the first Blu-ray we're going to be talking about today, I'm sure you've seen in the thumbnail, is Wizard of Oz. So a couple of the Blu-rays coming out is like Wizard of Oz of re-releases is Wizard of Oz, and it'll be coming out on 4K Blu-ray. Best Buy has a steel bookcase that's pretty cool. So I'm going to be showing that. And then there's Godzilla, which is like a Criterion collection, which is really dope. It's all of the original Godzilla films, all the way to, let me see, I believe it says the years. It's all in the links. The links are all in the description below of everything I talk about here. My name is Jovanni Santos. So if you haven't been here before, please hit the notification bell. Because we do Blu-ray releases every week, as well as we even do filmmaking videos as well. I have my Essential Series Part 2 coming out this Saturday. So please hit the notification bell so you know about it right away. Okay? So back to the whole Godzilla thing. 1954 to 1975 films. And then we have Batman Beyond. So let's get started with our first one, which is Wizard of Oz. So this is the front cover of the 4K. Pretty cool. I love how they update this. It gives me a throwback of when my mom bought it on VHS. When Toy Story came out, I was really, really obsessed with that film. So my parents put quarters and stuff in a jar, and they said, let's save up for it. We're going to save up for it, so by the time it comes out, we have enough to buy it. Well, we had more than enough to just buy that film. We ended up being able to buy The Wizard of Oz on VHS, which was a re-release at that time as well. So that's a little story about myself. So this is the 4K cover. I'm sure the render's pretty cool, the 4K render of this. And then this is the back end. I currently own this film on DVD. It's like a collector's edition DVD. Came with some really cool little bookcase. And then, let's see, and some great special features as well. The reasons why I talk about older films, I love older films. Older films are a great way to learn where we came from in filmmaking, so then you know what to innovate, if that makes any sense to you, if you are interested in innovating in this world. Let's see, let's get a little closer in the back end here because there's some special features. Let's see. All right, so there's commentary featuring Oz historian John Frick, with Barbara Fried Saltzman, I believe, daughter of Arthur Fried. So I'm thinking that's the writer of the original book, and that's his daughters and family members. So I'm not too sure exactly if that's what that is, but I'm sure that talking about the film and what it means to them, and so many years have passed by before they were even able to do like special features on stuff. But there's some really cool behind the scenes video of this film in the DVD, so I'm hoping that there is one here in these re-releases. But there is this really cool one right here. So we have in the film's cast and crew also on Blu-ray, but The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the making of a movie classic. So this is pretty cool since this is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers tends to go a little more in depth in their documentaries, especially the behind the scenes documentaries. So, oh, the air just kicked on. I'm sure you could hear that very, very well. So, the making of here should be like 40 minutes to an hour or even longer. Let me know in the comments below if they do end up being a little longer. But this should be really, really interesting to check out. This film was also the first time we ever saw like special effects and set extension as well, which is what they used back in the day, which was called matte painting. It's not like how it's the same thing of what we use now. Basically, we prop a big green screen or blue screen far away just to extend the set, and or do something, you know, in the middle of the street or something like that. You see these big budget films like Avengers or anything in the Marvel game. You see that a lot. They'll just prop up a really, really large green screen or blue screen very far away. A lot of times you put the blue screen more when there's greenery around and stuff like that, so that you don't lose all the green in the grass and whatever it is and the trees and stuff like that. So matte paintings is basically they'll have an artist that would basically paint, you know, an extension of your set, and it'll look so real very far away, because back in the day in film you can get away with that because the film resolution back in those days, you know, film is infinite, has infinite amount of resolution. So no matter how much you like, you know, upconvert it, you can always bring up the resolution, and it's always gonna look really, really, really clean. So that's why they are able to do re-releases like this. Whenever they do re-releases of, like, you know, like an older film, I've heard that like a movie like Collateral or anything that was shot in HD and then brought into Blu-ray, you can really tell that it was shot in HD and not in, like, you know, a higher resolution. So with film is the infinite amount of resolution. That's the highest resolution you can get in anything you shoot on, because of the negative, because you can always print that out to be a higher resolution. Okay. There's also says an illustrated video storybook, which is interesting. And then supporting cast, profile gallery, a sing-along feature, and more. I'm not sure exactly what the "and more" means, but it's probably little things here and there that they can get from their archives. But the wonderful Wizard of Oz, the making of a movie classic, is something that you should focus on and check out when you see this. All right, so let's move on quickly. There's another thing with the Wizard of Oz. This is the steel bookcase here. Okay, this steel bookcase should be available at Best Buy. Okay, and then this is the spine of it. And then this should be the inside right here. Pretty cool. It's a classic film. I'd love to get the steel bookcase. I think the steel bookcase is really beautiful with the flowers and everything. So let's move on to our next film, which is Godzilla. And this is Godzilla. These are the old Godzilla films that came out from 1954 to 1975, and it's part of their Criterion collection right now. So I also have a Criterion video and Criterions that I plan on purchasing myself. If you like that, I'll leave it at the end of this video. I'll put it at the end of this video, or leave it in the cards above. So let's look at it opened, and these are all the discs you see there for the film, and then it comes with a little, like an art book as well. So you see it closed on top and then opened on the bottom there. Let's zoom in real quick so you can see a little bit better. Okay. Before we move on to one of my favorite cartoons. This next one here is now, we're talking about Batman Beyond, the complete series. Again, we don't really usually talk about like television or anything, TV shows or TV show releases and stuff like that. We mainly focus on feature films, and what they could teach you, obviously, with behind the scenes. But I am obsessed with Batman as well as Batman Beyond. But Batman in general. Batman Beyond was a huge show for me watching it growing up as well. It was very imaginative with the whole Batman universe set in the future. It also comes with a feature film within it too. Batman Beyond and the Return of the Joker, I believe, is in there as well. And I heard that was a great film, a great DC animated feature. So let's look at this open and stuff. And it also comes with a little like a pop. I think they're called the pop toys or something like that. But that's a really cool casing inside, and all the artwork. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And there's special features as well. But I don't understand why I don't. I don't think I have it. So I don't know what happened to that. I had behind the scenes stuff for it, I believe. So I'm going to check if I can bring it for you right now. Well, the special features are very limited. I believe there are special features in them, and a lot of them have to do with, obviously, the animated series and things on how they created the stories and stuff like that. So they'll probably talk more about like interviews with people at DC Comics and or DC Animation and Warner Brothers Animation. So they're going to be talking to all of them about their work on this series. So I hope that they do bring this back, like in a live action. So let me know in the comments below if you feel the same way. Okay, so as we move on here, we move on to our next feature film. This is a Blu-ray release. This is one of the new releases. This is the start of all the new releases now. These aren't huge films, but if you know about A Cinderella Story, this is, I think, the third or fourth one. A Cinderella Story Christmas Wish. For Halloween approaching, this week, like on Thursday, I'm surprised there's not enough like horror films that were released. But with that being said, this is Christmas film, so this is the only thing I have. I do not have the back end of this, but let me know if there are any special features. I don't believe there will be, though. With Warner Brothers, I don't think they would do that if it's just a straight to home release. Our next one is a Gravitas Ventures film. It's a documentary. It's called The Rise of Jordan Peterson. I'm not sure exactly who he is. but we'll find out right here in the back end, because there are some special features here too. Okay. All right. So from we can see here, so it says an intimate glimpse into the life and mind of Jordan Peterson, the academic and best-selling author who captured the world's attention with his criticisms of political correctness and life-changing philosophy on finding personal meaning. Interesting. So it's a personal reflection, stuff like that. That's interesting. So if you're interested in this, I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see the special features. It says Jordan Peterson McMaster University pre-talk, and then there's a Jordan Peterson McMaster University talk, and then there's a Jordan Peterson outside of McMaster University, and then Jordan Peterson personality test. So this is obviously all pertaining to the documentary, so check that out today. Our next film is going to be a Bruce Willis and a Michael Chiklis film, action film called 10 Minutes Gone. So this is pretty cool. I know Bruce Willis has been doing a lot of straight to Blu-ray, straight to home release or streaming platform action films. So that's pretty cool. Here, this is something that, like the back end here, I had to go to Blu-ray Dan. So thank you, Blu-ray Dan, for posting this on Instagram, because we were able to look at the back end here, because we do have special features to check out. So this is what the back looks like, and then I have a zoomed in version so we can talk about the making of. All right, so this is a Lionsgate releasing. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in now. It says making 10 Minutes Gone, and then casting crew interviews. So that's obviously separate things, and then they got a trailer gallery. So the making of here, making 10 Minutes Gone, probably is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. Could be longer than that. I'm hoping for a 30-minute making of here, or longer. Sometimes it's a little shorter because of Lionsgate. I'm thinking because of the budget. A lot of times when there's not a, huge budget to a film, they don't have a budget for a making of crew. So it tends to happen, and that's what we get. So we're lucky to get what we get when it comes to these type of films. And with a making of like this, I really stress upon the fact that you must pay attention and see what they're doing in the background and read between the lines. Something I say here a lot when it comes to these making of documentaries. Our next film here is it's a documentary. I believe it's like a concert documentary. So it's called The Rainbow. All right, and it has Slash of Guns N' Roses, Ozzy Osbourne, Gene Simmons of Kiss, and then Motorhead, Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. So I believe it says the unofficial home of rock bands. So not sure if this is a place in LA or something like that. Let's see, let's look at the back end here. There's no special features on here, but this is a interesting release from Gravitas Ventures. It says, while the world around it has changed dramatically, the Rainbow Bar, yep, that's a place out there. The Rainbow Bar and Grill has remained as one of the last bastions, let me know if I'm saying that wrong, of true rock and roll on Hollywood's famed Sunset Strip. legendary musicians recount their stories from the iconic venue. So, because it's a venue, basically they all have performed there at some point in their careers, and that's definitely what they're going to be talking about here. So, let's move on and let's talk about our next film. The next one is Santa Girl. I believe this could have. I think this is a Hallmark release. I'm not too sure, but I think it's a Hallmark film. I'm not sure, but it is a Gravitas Adventure release. So there's no special features here exactly, but like I said before, for Halloween closing around, we have two Christmas films that have come out today. So that goes to show, what people really like the most, which is Christmas. So this is the back end. I like Halloween here and there, but I'm not a huge fan of Halloween. But we make it fun for my son. Okay? And then we have one more release. And then I'll give some shout outs real quick. Okay, our next release is Manifest Destiny Down Space-Time. So, I guess it's from the guy who had something to do with Silent Hill. I think that's a joke. But not really. I'm sure it was somebody that worked on that, and now they were able to make their own film. That's pretty cool. I give them that. Like, a lot of times that you don't see that kind of stuff. I'm guessing it wasn't like a directorial position in Silent Hill. Okay, and we have a back end here. There's no special features, but we're gonna check it out anyways. This looks like a really cool, interesting comedy. Has this Bill and Ted thing going on with this time travel. So as we look in the back here, it says an awkward physics genius and an ex-Catholic sorority girl wake up after blacking out Halloween night to discover they missed the evacuation of Earth. A mystery agent pursues their theory of everything as they try to save humanity from AI. So, whoa, this is a little out there, but I guess this works for Halloween because this all happens, it takes place, on Halloween night when they black out. So, interesting. Okay, so we're going to put myself on camera here, and I'm going to make a couple announcements. Okay, so I have a release coming out, music video release that's coming out this Thursday on REll's YouTube channel. I'll link everything in the description below. Everything I talk about here will be in the description below. I'm also going to link up a Blu-ray Dan in there as well. But the main two YouTubers I need you to check out, one is going to be REll, and he's not a YouTuber, he's a musician. He makes music, and he's big in the underground rap scene out here in Miami. And I have a release coming out on Halloween, and it's going to be pertaining to Halloween stuff. So I hope you enjoy that. That's going to be my latest music video. And then I'm going to do a video about this next thing fairly soon at some point. So basically, I guess I had entered myself into a contest with Potato Jet. If you ever heard of Potato Jet, Gene over there at the Potato Jet YouTube channel, they review a lot of camera gear and film stuff and talk a lot about lenses and just geeking hard about film. So here on this channel, that's what we do. We really geek hard about that. So please check out his channel. I love watching his channel. It's, anytime I need to know what's going on when it comes to the newest and latest gear, I trust in him, and I always check out his videos and all that. So it's going to be in the description below. So basically, I commented on one of his videos, and then won a GoPro Hero 7 Black. So I'm very excited about opening that up when I receive that, and I will do a little like unboxing video or something just for that, and give a shout out to him as well for that. I really appreciate it, and this channel appreciates that, big time from him. I saw that there's many things with the Hero 7 that I already wanted, for a while. I like the fact that you can change out the lenses. You don't have to have the fisheye lens. You can always either change out the, bring in the older lens of an older GoPro, or you want to put like a fixed lens, 50 millimeter or a long lens in there, even a 35 millimeter or something like that. There's things you could purchase for that. So I'm really excited for all that. So basically, that's all of my announcements. I'm going to do one thing, give a quick shout out here, because I saw somebody here on the live chat. So hey, Anthony Garcia, if you're still watching, he said, hey, bud, hey, how you doing? And thank you for joining us here in live, and I'll see you here next week. And please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when the premiere of the second episode to my Essential series coming out on November 2nd. Okay? So enjoy that, and I'll see you here next week.